quarterfinal. MOUZ versus FaZe.
Unleash the beast. Good luck and have fun.
Let's get this party started, Budapest! There's pressure, friends and family watching in the stands, and the world gathers to watch as the best do battle. Second day of quarterfinals, nuke to start. MOUZ on that favored CT side.
Let's see if FaZe can keep this up, eh? Everyone's surprised to see them here. 20 maps, most played. Stage 1, Stage 2, Stage 3, now the playoff stage. This is where Carrigan, Counter-Strike's greatest showman, is going to put on exactly that.
And this is the map where they were 0.4 seconds away from being eliminated in Stage 1 to the Red Canids. Still in the playoffs now. And a start like that. It's Frozen's Glock connecting onto an aggressive exertion. Jimmy responsible for the ramp side. Pressure applied, and he's down.
Jacob out the gates early. Major rookie, first big stage. That's what you love to see.
Quick rotation. Brolin and Spinks dip down into the vents. Audible Plant trying to disrupt and get him off. Multiple bodies encroaching. Another from Jacob. Spinks is down! A perfect baseline round! What a start!
Carrigan's been talking about that DNA, the core identity. Mental fortitude, comfort in chaos, clutch comebacks, but the stage, this is what every Counter-Strike player dreams of, and this is the start you would hope for. FaZe, somehow the fan favorite in Torji's hometown.
Oh man, that's still baffling. I understand Maui's disbelief. We all understood that like the angle coming into this was MOUZ's first time with a home crowd advantage. Up against fan favorite FaZe.
And that feels like it's going to work against you.
100%! How does that not rock your confidence? Twist is already trying to do some more of that. Look at him getting cheeky around the smoke. Exertion's been overlooked. Staring straight at him through the smoke. Carrigan in the meantime has caught Brolan. A weird standoff between the two of them, and there's Exertion. Solid on the Deagle. Maybe MOUZ can turn this around, but already that bomb is ticking, chat.
Yeah, it might be the save. Hold on to this, go again into the next. Don't throw it all away. You lose to the top pop. You give over the second, sure, but another opportunity to keep pressure on it into the next. If Exertion can grab this MAC-10, he can give that to one of his teammates into the next, and they can give it a real hot shake. Exertion, highest rated player for MOUZ, coming from Stage 3 into the playoffs, and he needs to be here. There's going to be lots of this. Nuke and Inferno, the two maps to start the series, so get used to the saves, everyone. MOUZ, 13 tournaments in 2025. With this roster, 5 finals, 1 trophy, 7 semis, worst placing 5th to 8th. Mastered the art of consistency without contention. This is a team that we thought would be bolstered by the environment to push them through. We'll have to see how that works against them. So the double dip right now with those saves.
Yeah, this sibling rivalry, I thought Big Bro was going to be getting a little bit too big for his boots. Thought it was a chance for MOUZ to really kind of shake that off. And it certainly still is. Second bite of the cherry. Let's see if it's sweet. Carrigan's got a lot of immediate plans in motion. You can see Yard, pressure applied. Twist spotted ahead of the wall of smoke's plume.
Yeah, well, the CT setup, Carrigan holds Yard and Exertion, the same for MOUZ. But on this T side, Twist to be the man jousting with him. A little bit more equal in terms of the firepower output of those two. RVD. Can he get Exertion's number here today? Ramp pressure onto Jimmy, block smoke out.
Hey, is it going to be disrespected? Jimmy, just a little burst of the MP9, but he seems to have done his job.
Yeah, no need to brute force through that just yet for FaZe. They've still got plenty of time on the clock, the utility, the firepower advantage in their favor. So reroute, take a breath, and make sure that you putt this one in for what should be a third.
Carrigan prepares for pressure towards that A site.
Oh, boosted Jimmy up now, so a higher elevation might be unexpected.
Pressure towards top. Brolin, that MAC-10 does do bits. Carrigan's got down. And what is that from Jacob? A leaping MAC-10. Sure goes down to Exertion. Still a 3-on-3. Bombs on the back of Brokey. We need to pivot, and it's into Brolin. Cheeky forward position. Brought down by the Flames. RVD delivers a double. Just as easy as that. Bomb kept at bay by the Flame. A flank from Xertion. Low HP and a Deagle out. Oh, and caught scavenging. It's Twist that turns it around, the difference maker. He looks so comfortable in that FaZe Clan jersey.
We know Twist and Frozen in these big games, if they can deliver for Carrigan, That's going to get this FaZe clan team across the line against anybody.
I really liked his positioning there.
Yeah, Jacob, you're wondering if he's going to be able to get his stage legs. Well, legs off the ground for that one.
Yeah.
Real eyes on this young buck, and we know that anytime he does anything, Mr. Anderson, we G'ing up his boy. Odds favouring MOUZ, but we'll see for how long. Underway now, first rifle round. Torji gets out his AWP. Gonna set into a top pop right now. So smoke wall, they have to worry about rotation. Nobody's dipped down to B, setting up this util to hit A. Here comes the nades.
On the reload, they get cheeky with it. Frozen's just going to walk on out. Spinks should be dead. Brought down, there's the trade. Brolin finding Jacob, there's number 2. Holds his ground, holds his sight. And he has support now from Torji scoped up. Ramp has been taken, seized, and the bomb's heading B. Brokey parks the bus.
If he gets anything done, this would be massive right now. Twisted Carrigan can set up the post plant.
Is he going to catch that little window of opportunity? He is, catches Jimmy Sallow, sleeping.
Brolin's rotated down. Torji still on the high ground.
Yeah, but he's got the AWP and low HP on Brolin. It looks like it might just be a lost cause.
Now back on out, hold on to these guns and go again into the next.
Wow.
Misdirection there again, and the crowd not loving the saves. But he had that slew of results I was talking about. Let's see if they can hold on to these. Brokey, on the cusp of taking it away, but he'll be the man to go down. Torji confirms the open runway. Loss bonus in their favor now. It is going to be maxed out 3,400, so they can buy again into the next if they'd like. Look at those 13 tournaments, those finals, those top 4 placings up against the hyperbolic time chamber of 20 maps over 3 stages of the major. Getting this team together, building for the future, but they're here and now, still alive and kicking. 4-0 up T-side and Nuke. And the ambulance is pulling up early. Brolin will be out of spawn with an MP9, so giving the AK to Jimmy. M4s for everybody else, and Torji with that AWP still in the mix. Torji dropping down to play through Secrets. Fast ramp.
It's fast indeed, and Jimmy's got that quick aim. He tracks 2, brought down by Frozen, maintains that ramp control, but Torji started here. You're not ready for the sniper. You're not ready for Torji. Twist jumps to his demise. An important find, and now a 2-man advantage for MOUZ just to break that goose egg. Just to get the party started. A missed shot whistles past Brokey's ear. Progress in, smoke onto the site, trying to amp up the pressure. Opportunity for the plant. It's Frozen punching in that code. Low HP for him. It's Brokey on that rifle, but maybe Spinks goes overlooked here. Frozen may be perceiving it as clear. He's tucked in on the control side. Single door for Brokey.
2 in from ramp.
Good angle for it, but Spinks should have him at any jiggle. It's all about the timing of these engagements. Who moves first from MOUZ? They're starting to push up from the ramp side. He's caught them. No, Spinks in cover. Provides the covering fire. Necessary round coming for MOUZ. Surely not from Brokey. Not the 5 HP one before. Oh, he gets close to it. A chance onto the diffuser. MOUZ are in it. They get the board. They get the round on the board. And then maybe they're going to convert a couple more fans, a couple more of those Hungarians here with a FaZe jersey on.
Okay, well, another buy available here for FaZe, but great double from Jimmy. That's what you want from your ramp anchor. A gear shift, he gets 2. That's more than enough. And then Torji, they jump into his loving embrace. He's the man that brings the fire. Well, let's see if he can bring the firepower. The AWP's going to be a rotating element of all of this. What's the change? Is it back to regular schedule programming? Lots of mollies towards top. This is to harass the placement on the rotation in from Spinks.
Oh, wait, they're just walking on out. That was the bomb. Brolin does well. Jacob provides the trade. Does he call his jets? No, he wants more. Twist is pincering in. Spinks still thinking about the sniper, just spamming him through the smoke. Jacob, that's a big pickup. 3 on 2, awkward now, especially with bad incendiary. It gets from bad to worse. Torji feeling like he doesn't really get to play in these rounds. The top side just so vulnerable. Breaks open the smoke, pursuing 1. Can't find him towards the Tetris side. That might be it.
You know what that means.
Yes, they do.
Back on out of there, boys. FaZe aren't giving MOUZ an opportunity to settle into the environment.
Not at all.
The tempo of this game, it's just uppercuts after uppercuts right now.
And I feel like it's so deliberate. You know, you said something just before we went live about Carrick, and this is his home. The lights shining, the crowd chanting. He knows how to call a game of Counter-Strike built for this environment.
Yeah, you snack up the accolades. You can see who's more comfortable. Sure, MOUZ have had this roster all year long. Shuey goes out, Spinks comes in. Consistency the key. FaZe the opposite. But back in the major playoffs and keeping up that bullshit. Let's see how long they can keep these rounds flowing. At the moment, if you're Cyclone, you're going to be talking about the tempo, right? Getting that focus on the heads-up Counter-Strike. This is a team that talks about the process. Well, right now, you need to surrender the outcome and trust your training. The pressure of the environment, it's not here to break you, it's here to reveal you. And let's see if MOUZ are able to find who they really are. We know that they're able to make those top fours. We've seen them get into those grand finals.
I mean, that round there, Brokey is running out Hut with the bomb on his back. If that's not a statement of intent, I don't know what is.
Well, FaZe players aren't afraid. This is the thing. They know that they'll be traded. They know that the game is about tempo. It's not always about the X's and the O's. You're able to snowball against teams. And sure, the amount of matches, if you look at it with Jacob in the roster twist coming back, it's not an awful lot for FaZe, but with a couple days off, you're able to prep for this.
But I mean, as far as T-side rounds on Nuke go, FaZe have hit the bar,
yeah,
no?
For sure. And now it's about how much more can they throw on top. So Cyclone wants to avoid that. Timeout taken. They need to respond now. The loss bonus is the best thing in their favor at the moment. Yard control from Exertion. Playing aggressive. Twist is going to give him that runway. When that smoke starts to fade, the glaive smoke, you have to back off. You can't hang around. You know utility like this will come in to flush you away. Exertion with the break.
Yeah, the game within the game.
Trying to set up the ability for Torji to take a line. You can see him playing over towards CT. So they want to try and tussle with Jimmy as they get a certain amount of contact over towards Yard. So Spinks on Hart, Brolin in the rafters. Brolin's done an awfully good job in some of these outings. 5 kills to his name in the early stages from the Swedish in-game leader. More util tells more progression. It's Exertion trying to chip away. Brokey's AWP the difference maker this time. How are they able to insert the Latvian into the play? Waiting for a ramp push, right? As soon as you take yard control, we know teams like to push Hunt and ramp. Well, that's not the case right now as they block Squeaky again. 50-second mark.
Just hoping for an overstep. Torji committing in. No longer able to swing and rotate through. 2, however, ready for any ramp aggress. 35, they've got to go. Torji's bringing the fight forward. Jacob, are you ready for something like this? This is the kind of play. If Torji can start warming into things, hitting shots like this feels compulsory. What's the finish? There it is. Torji explodes one, peeking back into Brokey, but up top is Brawler. Gets his, sticks around, ready for the parting. Number 2, combination of them both. MOUZ just shut that down, send them back to spawn.
Well handled. Great top hold. They weren't worried about players getting down secret. They didn't rotate anybody down to B. They were waiting for the sound cue, the doors, windows getting blown open. In that scenario, they just able to rotate in towards that top side, hold them at bay, and very well handled there from MOUZ. It looks like Neo's opportunity to get on the microphone. This man, go back to 1.6 in the conversation for best 1.6 player of all time. Knows what it takes to win a major in CSGO. And Frozen in the interview coming into this saying, when I hear his voice, I stay calm. Well, it's early stages. You've already got 5. You're playing with house money right now. Your money teetering ever slightly. You're able to get out a couple of Khalils, 1 AK, a P250 for Carrigan, and a whole lot of utility.
Just a moment's respite if MOUZ can win this one.
It's going to be a long way back into this half even still, but consecutive is going to be compulsory to start that conversation. Nobody's skyrocketing with frags right now. That's virtue of some of the saves we've seen come out from MOUZ. But by doing that, they've given themselves a cushion to work with. Now their loss bonus starts to tick on down, but that's in the virtue of winning. Let's see if it can continue. No consecutive CT rounds just yet.
Looks like more of a yard-centric start.
This time they might want to actually use the smoke wall, because last time they threw it. Sure, there was a couple of breaks, but MOUZ didn't rotate down to B. They weren't worried. Carrigan with the second wave. Exertion starting down secret this time, so that's the change. Trying to be ahead of the play. Young man has a lot on his plate.
He's had a great tournament. Needs to keep it up in the playoffs.
Okay, so they're actually playing behind main. This is going to be great info for MOUZ, but do they expect it to be a top play again? They're going to want to slink through and try and come through main and fight Yard. Spinks is trying to seem like Exertion now. Brolin is tucked over towards CT Ven, and here comes the fight.
He's in a really good position for this. Should have an opportunity. Lets them go. They slink it to Brolin. Masterful double. Just what you needed. Now brought down. It's a back-to-back double. Exertion 1 brought down with Carrigan on a pistol. And that bomb needs to be picked up. Low HP, tucked in. Bit of a turning of the tides of battle here. The CT's in lobby, and the T's on site.
Carrigan on an AWP.
Carrigan on an AWP, he's missed it! Gets weird, gets real weird, unless he hits another one of those. A quick flick from Carrigan, second time's the charm. Tucked on fence, Jimmy in the clutch, denied by Brokey. Between the two of them, they get all 5. Carrigan's a sniper.
Oh, maybe once upon a time, we're putting it back on show today and gives the crowd a little bit of something to cheer about there. That is Brolin with a double on the way in through main. Denies the entry point on his own. Blocks hard, pivots in under so much pressure. Spinks is soldier down the river here. The in-game leader steps up with 2. But Carrigan battles in with that P250, the worst weapon. But picks up that AWP, and yeah, he's shining in the spotlight right now. Back in with the buys.
Oh, Torji shows him how it's really done.
Okay, but now with that info, Brokey can actually accelerate Yard with his AWP. They know that the rotation of Torji is on a timer. Spinks is already on the roof.
Excuse me?
Okay, well, this is so much space. Spinks should have won the round from here. Carrigan's dead.
Carrigan is a dead man. Now they've lost the bomb.
How do you go back and get that?
Spinks love to see it throwing caution to the wind. Jimmy spots out, twists forward position, gets the info, gets the kill, and pulls MOUZ back into a guaranteed third. There's another back turn. Look at this. MOUZ just decide to go for aggression as the remedy.
A good bludgeoning round right here. I love the response, right? Fighting fire with fire, getting in their face. Instead of letting FaZe set the tempo, they've decided, hold up, let's flip that switch. We know individually, they probably scale themselves higher than the FaZe players, so getting stuck in like that, taking so much room, and then just battering them all across the map. And young Jacob, can he soften them up at all? He has one available. Nade and Molly, that combo could have been good, but Exertion chips away, saves the lead at 5, staying alive. And now there's an open runway for a couple more. Finances, 1900 going into the next for either.
Yeah, they're broke.
Likely to see them shove all in this situation. So it needs to be something a bit pockety again, probably pacey once more. But as soon as that one starts with the AWP push ramp, you see the reactions from both teams, but MOUZ were prepared for that. They get the lobby kill, Exertion's here to pick up the pieces. Well handled. Now it's Tech-9s aplenty, the util's there. First smoke outside, could follow up with more, but remember, you need to keep misdirection on nuke. It's the name of the game. Door not blown off, so Spinks is going to hold on to his nades. They're going to take their time as Carrigan lines up a smoke for Yard. Scoops up the others, trying to set Twist up with space. I feel like he's going to want to play in through main here.
Missed HE on the break. Spinks, a dangerous game, and oh yeah, gets punished. They can't lose this one. They cannot afford to slip up against the Tech-9s. FaZe push their chip to the center of the table, spam the good, but Frozen returns fire and Exertion's gone.
Gotta be that save. Everyone's favorite 4-letter word into play again.
I can't quite believe it.
Broken in, that's a huge entry from Twist.
Just on the edge of the smoke, he must have been exposed. Spinks the first domino to fall.
Well, that's 7.
That's 70 rounds on nuke. Sure, FaZe Clan's pick, but MOUZ coming into this one.
Not even catching their breath right now.
As the hot favorite.
Yeah, without a doubt. How many can Torji take with him? Don't know if he's going to be holding on to this.
No,
they're going to lose absolutely everything now, Torji.
Oh, dear.
Well, now they're going to be worse for wear. They've got it just enough. 4.2 that low end. They can get the AWP drop across and timeout taken. Exertion. What are you going to be able to chip in with here? The boss man, Cyclone, takes the timeout. You need to salvage this half. Now it's just about scraping together 5. FaZe have guaranteed the lead. Thought we were going to be able to scrap that cliche. Turns out whenever FaZe get into these arena games, these playoff matches, especially at the majors, anything's possible. And right now they are running with the momentum. Massive entry from Twist. Spinks going to be feeling absolutely done for there as he chips away. Great cover there from Frozen, and the pain just keeps on coming as the wombo combo of Frozen and Twist eliminates what remains. Maybe they shift into the aggression again, right? Wanting to push lobby, take the fight to them again. Because right now, MOUZ don't have consecutive rounds to their name.
Oh, let's have fun, though. I don't want to ruin the moment. Just wanted to say that. Good fucking shit. 6 rounds, nice timeout.
FinCore.
Enjoying what he's seeing right now. Slowing down the tempo. On the brakes of the smokes. Twist avoids any damage. Roki's with him. Now on the fade, is there a second layer? Yes, there is. Starting to take shape. Top main now. Molly toward credit.
Making his play. Jacob straight into the jaws of Torji's orb. Exertion to the back. Gets removed by Twist. And Jimmy actually caught down. Double from Twist. It's all going down in the yard. Left and right.
They know Brolin's the top defender. They know where Torji was. They have a minute on the clock right now. Karrigan can mid-round this. Brokey, Frozen, Karrigan. The three of them combining right now to find their 8th round.
Slowing it down with that man advantage.
Now with that info, what do you expect? Right, Torji could be over towards ramp of elbow. Right now we can see exactly where he could be walking in the jaws of Brokey in a moment.
Posted. He's got a good idea. Torji does too. You've got 30 seconds to find your finish. Torji ready, delivers onto Karrigan, spotted the bomb, the flash of the light, the flash in his face! Ouch! That's another one for FaZe! Brokey provides more and more output now.
Yeah, it looked a little bit sketchy there from Exertion. I'm not sure, maybe he hit his keyboard, right? He was back of warehouse and he actually fired a bullet into the wall, so they knew exactly where he was. That audible given over helps identify the setup and they rip another one away. They are just absolutely dominating MOUZ at this point. That kill comes in, right? There was a shot from Exertion. Twist got that, and then Twist just continues to peel apart. They went into the stack, and they still walk away with the round.
Karrigan puts his life on the line for the info.
Now look at the buy. Final round, first half.
They need a 4th gen. It's going to be a very quiet 2 minutes at that halftime break. If MOUZ only have 3 CT rounds to boast, there's a chance for a collision course set. Twist this time trying to make moves. Anticipates the potential, but is he really ready for 2? No way! Info though. What's the reaction? You know where 2 of them started.
Good block smoke. That's going to hold them at bay for ramp right now. May as well use the clock. Sure, you've lost a man early, but you've already been able to break into some of these when you've even 2 kills within the opening gauntlet. So regrouping now. Going to use range as their friend. They've got the weapons for this. Exertion. Helps Jimmy over towards ramp. Wondering yard right now, there's nobody. It's a massive gap, and that's what Karrigan is hoping to exploit in this moment. So pack heavy, staying as 4. 50 seconds on the clock and plenty of util. If they would be able to get around towards heaven and hell, they could put themselves in power positions. Stay in contact, no sound cues, nothing given.
Brolin was hoping to catch some tiny fractions of info off of his hut position, but they've pathed completely, avoiding that.
They know that yard's open. That's why Torji's monitoring heaven right now. Time is the issue. 25 seconds. What was 50, what felt like moments ago. They have to come in through main.
Yeah, there's a good setup here for MOUZ. Set up to succeed. Brolin, however, loses his life for free. Jacob with a double entry. Torji's up there. They're all looking at him. Jacob opens up for 3. Need that plant. Frozen gets it in. They had everyone they needed in the right place, but Jacob is on for the ace! Quad kill from the young gun! Stepping up and delivering when his team needed him most. Major playoffs. Underdog. The internet be talking, but Jacob, he be fragging. He's got himself 4, and he can't quite deny it. He's denied by Jimmy, the ace taken away from him, but the round is theirs all the same. FaZe 9. I'll say it one more time. FaZe 9 on the T side of Nuke. Back in business, first map, first quarterfinal of the second day of play, live from the MVM Dome. MOUZ coming into this one as hot favorites. Higher in the rankings, higher in their accolades. FaZe are supposed to be downtrodden. Karrigan comes in, he says everyone's just saying the 7 world's best, and then FaZe. First half has a different story, a different feeling. Budapest, are you entertained? T-side, bar set high.
And also, it's not fucking possible to come back. They won 9 rounds. We can also do it.
Torji trying to keep the spirits high.
Oh, weird in the vents.
Yeah, very weird. Twist gets the opener, pressure towards ramp.
Okay. Frozen gets caught backside, was trying to divot into that smoke. It's going to be an opportunity, though, for Twists. Does he, with that broken glass, does he try and make a play around the smoke? Door is open. He's unknown. Brokey catches one on the sidelines. Carrigan going for that side swipe. He's quick on this. Brolin can respond. No one's looking.
Oh.
Nice shots. Brolin double kill. This is a compulsory pistol, and it's going their way. Double kill from Exertion in this one.
Yeah, Brokey well out of the play right now. Gonna try and float back through ramp. This would be a crazy clutch. Bomb's yet to go down shore, so they're giving him a little bit more time to get in position to contend for this one. But as soon as it goes down, no kit in the mix. Now worried about him just poking his head in. The Master of Chaos, nowhere to be found, giving them so much room. Bomb planted now.
Bomb has been planted.
Side of the silo.
This would be insane.
There's no way. Not at this range. Not at this range. Those pistols are supposed to be difficult to use. He's desperately trying to upgrade and forced now into the fight regardless. Catches a bullet with his face. 2 HP. Seems inevitable now. Brokey, no bullets. No hope. It's Brolin with 3 to end it.
Yeah, another impactful one there from the Swedish in-game leader, up to 12 and 8. He's had a couple of multi-kill moments, not all resulting in rounds. You reflect back on that first half. MOUZ actually came out on top of the opening duels, 8-4. With the trade work of FaZe working back into situations, and also coming from stage 3 into the playoffs. MOUZ one of the highest rated teams in terms of pistols, 75%. So they needed to get something done in this map, and now there is a conversation to be had.
Whoa. Like a war cry from Exertion.
It's going to be the full eco from FaZe. A couple of deep nades, very light damage done. So they've taken an eco, they haven't gone for the force. They're not going to allow MOUZ to get a freebie if they were to lose a force buy. And look, it's CT side and nuke. It can be hard to get anything done. There's a couple of pistols starting to chip away.
Whoa. That's a little more costly than they would have liked. That was a rifle-intensive buy.
He might be able to path right now behind Unbreakable. Yeah, so he's got a gap to work with.
Oh my goodness, there was a chance. There was a real chance for another USP kill. FaZe Clan, minimal investment.
Keep the tension high though, don't they? As they will be investing upon now, and there will be rebuys. And MOUZ are going to have to drop across and invest upon. So they're going to be a little bit lighter going into this first quote-unquote rifle round, but both teams have a similar fate. So there won't be an AWP in the... Oh no, I tell a lie. Brokey has been able to get one out. He's going to be operating without any armor, so glass cannon, but that's a difference maker in the purchases.
Certainly on the CT side.
Now, can MOUZ actually work back into this?
I wouldn't rule them out.
From Brokey, going to start ramp. Now, this is where the tables turn. When Exertion was on the CT side, he was up against Twist. Now he's up against Carrigan as the yard defender. Oh, actually, Frozen starting outside. All right.
Frozen, typically found near the ramp. Carrigan gets spotted down the stairs. It's a messy spray. Exertion quick to punish. A second was right there for the taking. Survives with just a scrap of health.
Bombs down, moving fast towards B. No rotation in just yet, and now you can't go down the vent. It would have to be through ramp, and they're about to lose that territory as well. Conversation of a save already brewing. Let's see if FaZe get booed. Sector clear, awfully quiet. Nobody found. Sure, you're worried about players in the site, but you've got enough util for the finish. Carrigan's going to get caught here if he's not careful.
Deep smoke, not tending to it. Potential for Jimmy to make a play.
Calling the bluff. Right, so they're hoping that they force them back up, right? Secret back into A. But the ramp players are out now, and Carrigan has to respect that. He's way too low, and at this point, yeah, as mentioned, unless you find a stray kill, you will be saving. So make it 6.
I think this is a real opportunity now for MOUZ. I mean, everything that was dealt against you in that opening hand, right? Yeah, the crowd cheering for FaZe louder than they did MOUZ.
Okay, they'll boo them as well.
Yeah, we keep it equal.
Well,
here.
we all like excitement. Nobody likes to save.
But you come into that, you know, the bar's set very high by FaZe's T side on Nuke. If they can show the grit, determination, show their pedigree, show that they are able to dig themselves out of trouble. You know, it was Carrigan in the interview that says FaZe never give up. Well, if MOUZ's gameplay can exemplify that, show that they are the ones that did not give up after a rough first half. Not only winning over fans, but also showing what they're capable of on the major playoff stage.
Yeah, I think if you say to any top team, you just need 4 rounds on the CT side of Nuke to win the map. Anyone would take that, right? So FaZe are still feeling comfortable right now, but that's going to go away very quickly. It's a 3-round gap. You've just saved, so you can get out another rifle round, but you lose this one. MR12, we know how quickly it can get out of control. You're the players, oh, you lose a couple pistols, you lose a clutch. That's a lot of rounds to lose in an only 24-round game, but With the momentum they had from that first half, how long does it take for them to rekindle it? More standard round this time. Frozen Ram, Carrigan and Brokey outside.
It's going to be tough for Brokey to find a line without that smoke break. It's Carrigan setting up those smoke breaks.
Brokey also has a HE he can throw in. There it is.
Nothing to report already across. Exertion starting to replenish the smoke wall, trying to threaten for a secret cross himself.
All about forcing rotations.
Frozen, nice util set, forces him away. Ramp has been seized. Brokey tries to tend to the potential threat. In the flames, he overstays, but still delivers. 50 of his health in the flames, but Brolan's gone. A man advantage for FaZe Clan. Spinks up on the roof, hoping to catch movement. From Carrigan on that yard position, spotted him, he had the chance, he won't get many of those.
Now he needs to live.
So does Frozen, but it's going to be hard up against two. Jimmy and Torji want to take his space, take his fights, stands his ground for one. Trade out of Jimmy, important.
B's open now.
It is, Xertion's cut the vent rotation as well. Nice little bit of damage onto Spinks. So you know where one of the three is. You'll know where the rest are when that bomb gets planted. Jimmy on that now.
This would be a tough retake even still.
Definitely. Has he got a smoke? Yeah, he can block. Makes things even more uncomfortable, channeling you through one side of ramp. Not going to be easy for FaZe Clan to break into this one. Exertion playing for that one tap. The equalizing kill. Not quite capable of finding Carrigan here, and does back away from the orb. Progress in, takes his fight, spots two. Carrigan's gone. MOUZ have turned the tables now.
Got to be the save, no way in. Very well handled from MOUZ. That is a thing of beauty. That's chessboard Counter-Strike on display. They know the territory that they have. As soon as they take down Frozen, they've got those rotations cut off. That's what you like to see. That's what Nuke's all about in the details. So 7th round. Now it's only a 2-round gap and nothing for the CT side of FaZe just yet.
They look calm, they look composed.
Yeah, and both teams are getting off to hot starts with the pistol and conversions. We have just lost Frozen from the server for a moment. So we'll chill on the chat. So one's good, but the problem is there's no way down to help him. Exertion has secret control, he's got the vent rotation, nobody can head down to help him. They can't go outside because of Spinks' position.
And what you're talking about is that chessboard Counter-Strike, that's what you're alluding to.
And Brokey overstaying his welcome in that bottle of flame, that was the key way to try and force the favor of FaZe. They knew that they didn't really have a way to rotate, and they also didn't try and push into lobby and try and take some different space, right? They just played pretty standard in that scenario. Players cannot be talking now in the technical timeout. And we'll avoid discussions of the buys. Jacob has been a hot topic. Feels like the kid has been set up to be under an awful lot of scrutiny. Obviously replacing that of Rain. One of the most beloved players we have in Counter-Strike. And also being a rookie. He's a young man, 21 years of age. Coming from the realms of Tier 2 into FaZe Clan. One of Counter-Strike's most favorite jerseys, and then expected to deliver. Well, he's grown into his shoes. Definitely been delivering in stage 3 of the Major. We've got Frozen back in. We're just getting the round restored. And with the lost bonus building, those saves coming through, same conversation that we had with MOUZ in the first half. They go for the saves because they know for the rainy day, with the guns out, that could be their chance to break in on this CT side. Had a big conversation about Exertion needing to deliver.
He's keeping it up.
And this is what you want to see if you're a MOUZ fan.
2 entries already.
He's the space taker, the opportunity creator, as the odds still favoring MOUZ. This 2-round gap, how quick can it close? Something going to change the dialogue. Might be into something top poppy now. They've done so much yard play that they know FaZe might have to send a man to deal with that early. It's all a game of bluff.
Yeah, especially when it's Jacob responsible for this. They jiggle him out. It looks like Exertion wanted to amplify the pressure immediately. Flashes sail over. Jacob gets one bullet caught in his Kevlar, gets away from the molly.
Well, they've held him at bay for now, so they gave it a go, but they held off. Has to be a second call to come through from Brolin now.
Twist is there to lend a hand should Jacob need the support.
Well, they can rejig. They've got plenty of time, 1:10 on the clock, so they had an opening gambit. They saw what they could find towards 8. A little bit of damage done to Jacob short. Really not a lot to report as Torji now heads over to Yarn, tries to see if he can catch anybody in rotation. CT setup. Very focused on A right now. Carrigan in main, door blocked again. And that will be the conversation. How much U2 can possibly be left? Well, we know a couple of flashes and an incendiary for this defense. MOUZ have that in their favor as Torji continues to search. It'll be a top go again.
Yeah, they won't have Twist's help this time. Just the cut of noise has pulled RVD to B. Jacob got a big fight on his hands. He's passed that first test, but there's an immediate trade. Brokey in support onto Jimmy. Spinks again, double entry, looking good. No! Looking great is Torji. His shot onto Twisto. Double kill denied. It's Spinks' round. A triple kill into the A site. Frozen though. He's known to clutch up for FaZe Clan in their time of need. Gets that first, denies Spinks a quad kill. Captain Brolan, the young veteran, up against Frozen, and it's a head-to-head through the wall, spamming bullets, running away with his knife out, chasing him down. It's Brolan that denies the round.
More impact from the in-game leader. 15 kills and counting, and this one's a big clutch. FaZe's best looking round so far on that CT side, and they can't get it done.
Subverts the expectation, throws out the flashbang, thinks he's going to be running away with his knife out, turns around and takes the duel. Lovely from Brolan.
Pressure on now. Neo is going to take the second tactical timeout for FaZe. That gives Cyclone the same chance to have a conversation. And I'd be saying, game back on, boys. We're the ones in the driver's seat now. Sure, it's around the difference. But that pressure, it's been flipped. They thought they had us. We've got them right where we want them. Building that mental resolve right here, right now. Again, the conversation, those saves, that loss bonus, that constant boon of cash, and bang! Torji, massive kill on a Carrigan. Feels like Finn should have had that every day of the week.
He's going to be mad about that one. That was supposed to be his 5th kill.
Yeah, he's having a tough one. Been having a tough year. And Frozen still with a smile on the face.
Wow, listen to that crowd surge.
Here we go again, this time. No defuse kit for the CT side.
We make them confused with our strategies, we listen to each other in the mid round. Good clutch as well, Ludwig.
Cyclone makes no secret of his style of play.
It feels like now FaZe have to play on the front foot. They need to play for some form of information.
How's that for information? Jimmy just going walkabouts.
Okay, so opening kill given, Exertion now making space.
That feels like a missed punished, sure. Wasn't expecting someone down there early. Twist just starting in the vents. Exertion's got a power position, forward position. Real opportunity for him to claw this back, but Twist hasn't stopped moving. And he's been spotted now. Does want to take that fight. Spinks provides the covering fire, enables the Yard players to work.
Still some problems with this setup. Topside is very weak right now, and that's a bad squeaky smoke. Roland can actually use that as an invitation to take some space.
And he will.
So this is getting very tough. They might find themselves playing retake A again. Torji coming all the way back around the world into lobby. Spinks can come down the ladder to join that play as well. Exertion gets to be that late piece.
Full pivot.
So they've completely evacuated from Secret. 35 seconds. Looks like they're heading into A.
Yeah, it's the right call.
He's completely open. Completely
wide
open.
Open for the taking. They won't quite believe it. MOUZ, eyes wide as they realize they've got the sight.
Remember, no kit.
A 10-second defuse is what they'll be condemned to, but they've got to get this bomb across! Oh, quick flick out of Carrigan makes it awkward. That bomb is on the floor. Frozen just crab walks into Spinks' crosshairs. Xerxes retrieves the bomb in time. Now they have the advantage heavily. No kit. What are you supposed to do? Brokey, not the angle, not the weapon you want, but Carrigan's hitting shots. Why not go for the nose? Go! How's Carrigan got 2 there?
Has to connect with Brokey.
Okay, Spinks in that clutch. Back-to-back clutches on the menu for MOUZ. Spinks fragging up a storm for MOUZ. They've tied us even. FaZe a 9-3 half. MOUZ respond immediately.
6 consecutive rounds, and these clutches are making the difference. Brolan now Spinks. You can't be converting those, and you're not getting anything on the board, and Carrigan finally has a moment with a multi. Takes down Torji, bomb spills out, times the problem, grabs another, but when the bomb is down, the clock is against them. Carrigan kept on delivering, but there's no way for him to connect with Brokey in that situation. Doesn't know exactly where Spinks is.
Bang.
And just denies the 1v2.
Clutches on clutches. Individuals in that MOUZ jersey putting FaZe Clan down a peg or two.
Out of timeouts now, FaZe call the emergency final. One left for Cycron if he wants to use it.
That was their portal back into a CT half. MOUZ only, quote-unquote, only managed 3 on their CT side. One of those clutches could have been the first step for FaZe Clan, but neither going their way. MOUZ now surely have momentum on their side.
It's a half bite, so this is likely to be the 10th, but again, this is where I expect FaZe to put their foot on the gas, try and take the fight. They've got a whole bunch of MP9s. Karrigan just with a USP in the smoke. Twist gets himself an M4, so looking to his players to make the difference. They'll boost him here, this is a bit of a classic.
Just playing for that opening, didn't make a difference in the previous. A stiff upper lip from MOUZ on display.
Twist can mantle up if he suspects players behind this and actually clear as they try and cross secret, but needs a tell.
He's getting cheeky with it now.
It's all misdirection. They want to head towards ramp by the looks of things. 2 here with MP9s, Jacob and Frozen.
Frozen's ready. He's going to be that first port of call. Ready for those flashbang layers. And oh, he had just a pulling out nades. It's 1 each. Is that insufficient? No signs of commitment, but ramp is lost. Karrigan getting very aggressive with just his USPs, like a little beacon of intel plucked from the pack. Easy peasy. Torji finds you. Limiting rotations, advantage heavily favoring MOUZ. They've once again just walked into the A site and should be seeing a plant.
Bomb has been planted.
Should be seeing a 10th.
So Twist is going to play for the save. As if Brokey can find himself an upgrade. Door's going to swing open. So heading towards ramp to find a scavenge rifle, but seems crazy to say MOUZ are in the lead. And how quick this has happened.
Welcome to MR12.
Yeah, 7 straight rounds now. Just slathering them on this T side. Great recovery from MOUZ.
I'm not going to count the chickens just yet, but this is already just testament to the new team that MOUZ are.
We've seen their mental grow, right? The conversation was when they're on stage, they weren't winning games, but now they've been getting to grand finals. They have a trophy this year. Sure, it was what feels like an eon ago. And I think that they've put to bed, most of those mental woes. But still being able to push in a tournament of this caliber is something we are yet to see them do. MOUZ have attended an awful lot of majors as an organization. Yet to lift one. This feels like one of their better opportunities. Okay, that half bite, now into the full guns. Only 1 kit, so more problems afoot.
What'll it be? Can FaZe Clan do anything?
Brokey's AWP starts ramp, so Frozen can deal with secret slip and vent drop. And question mark smoke allows so much pathing for exertion. Coming in through main into credit card, unbreakable warehouse. Pick your poison.
He should have an angle, but not through this credit slip. Lovely move.
On the fade, he should have the jump on Karrigan.
Karrigan's yard responsibilities have caught him off more than once here at the Major, and it could be another one coming any second now. Jiggled out, Exertion's booked ya. Sent back to spawn now, watching as round 20 transpires. Jacob now forced to be concerned about multiple fronts at the same time. Caught in the open, stands his ground for 1. It's Twist with the trade. 3 on 3, bomb again going down. MOUZ no issues accessing this site. It's the question of if you want to try.
Front rounds, you have to go.
Flash and go. Flying up the ladder, Twist moves first. Has a look, loses it out. Kalash finds him, Frozen can't transfer, spins around. Nice shot from Brokey. Orpa head to head, but on home soil, Brokey and seals the deal at 11.
Another clutch, and so casual about it there. Heading out down the stretch, the back and forth. Brokey dropping in, hits that no scope, and this arena would erupt. But Torji denies. Oh, Brolin.
He gets his.
He's been so impactful in my mind and just outmaneuvering them constantly. Think about the amount of times they've gone into these sites that have been under-fortified. The body's not in the right places. As Exertion watches on, he gets the opener. His teammates get the closer. And FaZe you got nothing.
They can't clutch. And all MOUZ are doing is just having their individual moments of brilliance. Live from Budapest. They manufacture such discomfort with their T-side.
Yeah, it feels like FaZe have been chasing Ghost in a lot of these situations. They're trying to catch extremity players while they let the pack work, but they haven't been able to do that. Brokey now starting back warehouse.
Could catch exertion on his jaw. Oh, Brokey quick to number 2 and a team kill. What was that? Torji's put Spinks down. Brokey hits a lovely sequence and Torji will have to try and see that one again, but must have just flicked into Spinks.
Maybe feeling a bit bad for him, thinking, hey, we need to help you out with the rounds here.
Yeah, a sympathy one.
Well, this feels like a bit of a gift right now for FaZe to find the 10th. A joust on A.
Oh, perfect. Lovely read of the situation. Jimmy places the Molotov, forces Jacob into the line of fire.
Even if you don't win this round, some damage would be nice. So 1 kill, not bad. Knows Brokey is trapped back at warehouse. Torji hasn't moved a muscle. Statue right now hoping to catch the Latvian if he swings wide. 19 seconds left. FaZe finally put a stop to this run.
Well, specifically, Brokey puts a stop to this run. Couldn't win out the 1v1 versus Torji in the previous, but breaks open FaZe's CT side win, round 21.
Yeah, 8 consecutive rounds. There's a wild haul. CT side of map, all intents and purposes, and right now, it's not looking that way at all. So Cramp, gives him a round of applause. Welcome to the game. Oh, now this is anybody's.
Second one was naughty, and there it is, yeah.
The key of these clutches that I haven't mentioned yet, because it's felt like a drubbing, as Spinks is going to laugh that one off, is the finances for MOUZ have been kept humble by all these clutches. If FaZe win this, the money will be in the bin for MOUZ. They only have 1,900 loss going into the next. FaZe, even though it's late in the game, can take control of this second half.
In the very late stages of regulation, a must-win round presents itself once more if MOUZ want to take this map away from FaZe Clan. Exertion not going to be deterred from Brokey finding him in the previous. Trying to amplify some pressure towards the top side, spamming away, not going to catch Chris. Oh, he gets exposed! Carrigan profits! Brokey found Spinks. It's running into Carrigan, but he gets them 2 of them! Jimmy walking on out, they know they're both there, needs to drop off. Jacob over-invested, does dip down. Nade a little chip damage.
Frozen should have 1 here.
He certainly should, has the angle on the sniper. Brings down the hometown hero, Jimmy down the vent bomb, straight into Brokey. 2 consecutive and the finances now ruined.
Jimmy with 4K, Spinks with the same, 2.3 on Exertion, 2K on Brolin, and Torji, there's a choice. Does he want a Galil, does he want an AK? Well, Cycle's going to take that time to have this conversation, knowing the money is in trouble this late in the piece. Do you take the partial? Do you shove all in? Do you use the 2,400 loss bonus going into the next to fight for overtime, or do you try and take this right here, right now?
And if you're Exertion, what do you try now? Caught by the AWP, caught by the nade on the smoke. Back-to-back rounds, FaZe have managed to manufacture an opening on your aggressions. 11-11, and I know what both teams are wishing for.
I think Counter-Strike's greatest showman thought, hey, it was too much of a drubbing in that first half. Just got scared, but I think he's happy with the outcome, as it is going to be just a partial buy with a Hero AK in the mix so far. So I will say it, FaZe are in pole position right now to get to 12, and MOUZ are essentially playing for overtime. Misdirection, try and soften up this top defense. Spinks will have to be the way in, the can opener.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's hoping to do. Jacob could be caught by the vulnerability, little crouch peek. He returns the favor, 30 damage inflicted, has Spinks half health.
Oh, they've seen enough, gonna go knock on another door now, straight up the ladder.
Just playing a little pixel smoke defense.
Yeah, Carrigan can't get caught off guard in this position, so Twist will take over duties in Yard. Yard is not the play, so just allowing that protocol block utility to start to fade. Now they're going to try ramp, but the AWP posted here. That Brokey's going to be good for at least one.
Oh, yeah, Jiggle spotted him. Oh! Jimmy Sallow and his Desert Eagle makes this round a reality for MOUZ. If they can just get one more, Frozen stands strong, only for one. That Spinks builds the round around it. Jimmy just deletes Brokey, and suddenly FaZe are left wanting 40 seconds, everything to play for. Maybe not playing for OT. Maybe counting on their individuals to hit bangers like that. 30 seconds though, that bomb not yet planted.
This is not going to be a strong position.
This is a weird one.
He's going to get contact against the Heaven play, but it's an AWP.
An AWP up the ladder first.
Karrigan's just come out the vent.
Okay, yeah, missed shot though. They find the lobby lurk. That's going to free them up to play from the lobby side. All three surging in through Heaven. A team flash. Weird for Karrigan. It's Twist that chips away. Catches Spinks, dips back. 10 seconds. That bomb must be planted. It will not. FaZe find 12 first. Map point in this quarterfinal.
We've got to get that Eagle shot in the replay. An absolute scorcher there from Jimmy. A literal drive-by. Opens up a round that never should have had a chance. The pressure at its highest, and FaZe walk away with 12. Whoa! Not enough from Jimmy, but now the guns come out.
This is what they were playing for after all. Looking to take this one into the extra rounds. FaZe a chance to end it here and now. Your pick will be yours. Just 5 kills away. Silo is occupied. Spinks up top, providing the overwatch. Progress out yard. Rollin with a bomb. Mooks in a move. Quite quick to this. They want to try and punish that B site. And that is a big start, Brokey.
Opening number 4.
Quickly found a little bit of a response. Jacob got picked off by the lobby left. Jimmy, what's going on? Twist is covered. Karrigan saves his hide. Can't run and hide. Kept at bay by the flame. What's that from Brokey? He's having his way with them. Pulling them apart piece by piece all over the shop. Spinks can save them. Torji and Spinks could maybe turn this 2v4 into overtime, but they have to get past Frozen. He's got his AK. He's in the right place.
Need an audible. Only way through.
You either swing open the doors or you break the glass. Brokey will be quick to tend to this if he does so. Hoping to be given something. Spinks only on the low HP. Maybe he's the one that has to go first. He has to play. Torji has to be the one to clutch up. The only Hungarian in these playoffs. Home soil in Budapest, and it will likely come down to Torji or FaZe Clan take map 1 here. Frozen's been spotted out. They know what's up now. Brokey onto Torji. FaZe Clan have done it, taking their pick. Explosive on map 1.
FaZe are walking that fine line between fact and fiction. From stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and this is their stage. The greatest showman delivering in map number 1.
On Nuke, it's time to see if that continues on Inferno.
Yeah, we're going to find out if MOUZ can shake off Nuke. Ready for Inferno. Their pick in this quarterfinal. They're on the ropes now. What do you reckon, Budapest? MOUZ and FaZe lock in horns. Map 2 of the quarterfinals. Let's make some noise!
Temper your expectations of pace. Inferno, slow roll for MOUZ on the T side. Starting heavy A, FaZe with the CT setup, 4 clamping down top mid for info, and they've got all of that right now. Frozen, going over towards Coffins on his lonesome as the execute being lined up. MOUZ will be popping into this site in a moment's time.
It's the right call. Looks like it's going to find the right result as well. Frozen playing it safe. Anticipates exertions forward position. He's absolutely nailed it there.
They're going to run him down.
They're running at him with the bomb, and Frozen taps the second head. Torji's dead. Falling apart. They only had one defender. Now Roland, another victim of FaZe Clan. What is this? What is this? An abomination. FaZe Clan run it down. Catch him up. Frozen just owns them.
Yeah, and Twist will close it. That's the 2, the pillars of this roster. the output that those two gentlemen can find, the future of FaZe.
Solid as a rock.
And right there, you are fortunate to even get the plant out of this situation, MOUZ. You thought you could run him down. Well, that's his church.
Look at this one.
The flick into the third. Beautiful. The hot hand for Twists.
Yes, sir.
From FaZe to Liquid, back in the FaZe jersey, looking more at home. Carrigan's right-hand man closes things down, but remember that bomb went down. And will facilitate the force in for MOUZ.
Crazy. You've just had a whole team talk about starting off on a new foot, turning a new leaf. And that's how your pistol goes.
You battle back in the face of adversity there on map number 1. 9-3 down first half. You put on 8 consecutive T-side rounds of your own, and then you get broken late in the piece. But you're still in it to win it.
Carrigan not playing scared here. How's the support of Frozen?
Hang time there. Exertion gets info on Carrigan's forward position in the mouth of Banana. Now they start to posture back towards A. Until for the finish on the T side. Plenty of smokes. Molly could be back pit and flashes. You could wrap, you could just the standard long and moto. I mentioned long and it drops in. So going to keep this one moving. Going to keep FaZe guessing. Right now they don't have brackets control, they don't have banana control. So relatively in the dark as Spinks and Jimmy confirm top mid is theirs. Frozen and Carrigan have no utility between them. The rotation piece is Twists. They've hustled up quickly. 45 seconds as the three-quarter smoke dropped in. Twist plays ahead, has the info. B bomb site about to be under an awful lot of pressure.
Yeah, Frozen on the pistol, fantastic. Gave the space, got run on down now. He's got Carrigan in support. Quick headshot, Exertion, the entry piece removed. Snaps that spearhead over his knee. Up next, Carrigan to bat, overlooked. Messi spray dancing around the pillar. Somebody come get her. It's Torgy at the back of the site. Does well, Jimmy as well. They've got that bomb down, and now they have that disadvantage in the post plant, but for how long?
No kit.
Weird one. Gotta get a hurry up. Torgy and Jimmy could swing on a moment's notice. They managed to find him out. Torgy onto Jacob, but it's now all onto Jimmy. He can't handle Brokey on the retake. FaZe Clan survived the test of the force buy.
Yeah, more of that DNA on display. That's their core identity. Feeling that pressure. And both teams displaying mental fortitude, but only one can take over the map. Diffuse comes in. 2-0 start. Should be the partial now. Clear of the smoke. Twist rotates in. The mid for one now onto Spinks. Carrigan lucky to get away with one there. Thought he had made a mare on that fight with Torgy, who just eventually put him down.
And Twist wouldn't have been there as early as he was if it wasn't for playing ahead of the three-quarter smoke. You identified it. Enabled him to be there, chip in onto Spinks. Frozen as well, finding that frag onto Exertion that clearly led to frustration.
Yeah, need to be able to contain that now. You want the fire in the belly, but exhale desire. Couple of nades, couple of flashes, banana fight.
Quick fight, Carrigan unloading his mag with a white screen. He's done well in the support of Frozen. They managed to take out Brolin, and already a second piece makes his way to Car.
Yeah, under a lot of pressure there. Frozen needs the reload. They get back, but they probably want to fight forward because Brokey's here.
Oh, that's awkward. Yeah, okay, so about 58 for Exertion.
Nice nade. Oh, just shy of the mark there. As another one echoes in. That one doesn't miss the mark.
Yeah, it is a ring in. Limbs hanging on.
Going to see a lot of Exertion up Banana fighting against Frozen and Carrigan throughout. You have the support of Torgy and Brolin in different pieces. Spinks will be boiler control and Jimmy will be hulls. That's what you can expect from the T-side default rounds from MOUZ. But right now, just with the pistols in their pockets, one flash for Jimmy. A fight that could be coming the way of A. 55 seconds. Jacob pit anchor.
He's done well for one, but Torgy an immediate trade. Long-range Tech 9. Brokey springs to life. Throws out an incendiary, turning the flash, and now progress into the site. Messi from Van Dolkin. They've been overwhelmed. Torgy with impact.
Remember, Carrigan's low. Exertion 2. Frozen and Carrigan on the way back in.
Massive entry frags from Torgy. Now Exertion can just find one. They're cooking. The kit is present this time from the B duo.
Well, Carrigan's quick on this. Exertion might not be expecting this.
I suspect not. Frozen, especially if he kicks up a fuss, starts to take contact. Exertion will take a look. Carrigan just needs one bullet. Can't find it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Frozen, the safe pair of hands of FaZe, denies what Torgy started to create.
Okay, well, that is 3 consecutive rounds where the bomb has gone down and 2 with the partial and the force that are damn close. So FaZe walk away with 2 players staying alive again, but this shows you MOUZ are not far off, and now that the guns come in, the AWP in the hands of Torji, the full AKs, the util to boot, this pressure is going to be amplified. So they're giving themselves a buffer of 3.
Let's see this from his POV. Just catches him on the drop down. Carrigan chased him into the crosshairs of his teammate.
Yeah, well, here we go. Odds favoring FaZe now.
Whoa.
Half-wall smoke thrown from Spawn from Twists.
Get out of there. Brokey's lucky to be alive.
They're going to go quick on this. There's a lot of pressure hauls early and trundling straight up middle.
Okay.
They're looking direct towards A to deal with a 3-player B start. So Twist is back in time.
Good move. Jacob's blocked.
And he's going to be under a lot of pressure here. Pit anchor. If you can wind him up and let him go. He's in a scenario where he's not under barrage of nades. Right? There's not a molly in his face. He's not getting HE'd. He's just able to stand and shoot. This kid has aim. Well-timed block smoke. Carrigan rotating over.
Could be a well-timed nade here. Misthrown. Flash for aggressions. Twist gets set up, doesn't go too far. Brokey does well. Torji's been hurt. No, the messy tracking. He does well to stabilize, removing exertion, and now Torji's running out of teammates. Everybody's gone. A different game now for Torji. As an arena starts chanting the name of the captain of your opponent as you look to save your AWP on home soil. No access for MOUZ at the start of their T side.
Yeah, how long can this go on for? Keys to these 4 for FaZe have been opening kills. Frozen managing 3 of them. Brokey chips in now that the AWP's in play for the 4th. That has to change. You need to make sure that you're the ones finding those opening kills on your Gambits up banana. And right there, the util perfectly placed to block them as Neo just basking in the glory of all this, taking in the arena. Is going to be the tactical timeout called, so Cyclone can get on the microphone. The AWP is saved. Here's the biggest issue. This type of map isn't going to lend itself to looking for too many opening picks. Torji is going to have to be hyper-aggressive. So I immediately flick to his POV. I look to his spawn. I think, do you want to try the Zywoo? Charge up banana, see if you can find that opening kill. You go down, nades in your face, AWP gone. You know there's going to be a partial behind it because of where the loss bonus is at. So do you want to let the Tech9s take the space, then set yourself up on lines later? Do you want to try and erupt into this to be the tone setup? And we've already seen frustrations in the first 4 rounds from both Torji and Exertion. Number 1 was close, but to get back into this series, you need Inferno to push this the distance to the 3rd and decider. They've also gone for a Galil in the mix, so 2 Tech9s, Deagle, saved AWP. So action on Torji. What type of call has Cyclone made? Do they want to slow down the pace? Do they want to try and control the tempo? Do they want to get in their face like we saw on Nuke?
Oh, there's the nades! Playtime cancelled!
See the HEs? You're going to go towards logs, you're going to boost over the smoke. We double Major. See you later.
Just in their heads.
Another opening kill, 5 consecutive rounds now. Add that one to the tally.
Oh, FaZe Clan, they're in that flow state. They're on that FaZe flow. How deep does the rabbit hole go for MOUZ? Backing away, you've got the advantage. Brokey not interested in taking any early excursions. For confirmation that AWP is in mix. Torji fires off that shot, and Bracket's control now seized.
This is where Jiggles get a little bit scary. You've given away mid control. I just want to tuck into some crossfires where you can play off of each other. Brokey now can take the line on long. Flash and a HE with a smoke on Torji for the finish. 50 seconds. They will be buying into the next, but what can they get out of this?
Hoping for the swing off the flash. Torji gets nothing. Brokey's posted, ready to catch Exertion. If he does try and stretch his legs, a nade, that's all. Chip damage. Crossfire established. It's going to be between Jacob and Twists. Tested from multiple elevations. MOUZ have a shot at getting the bomb down. How does it go? Twist is ready. Nice shot coming in from Spinks. It's a double out of Jacob before they silence him. Brokey's AWP scope heard as they seize the site and get the bomb planted, extending play.
Okay, there's kits for this, but this is looking good for a MOUZ round.
Okay, started off with a disaster with a double nade.
Jimmy up in graveyard, told you to take short contact. Piping through
That's
with
the
three.
last of them. That's the last flash. He does secure short.
Now Jimmy's in the open.
He's going to be very vulnerable. He knows the angle they'll be peeking from. How do they path this? Torgy good for one. Carrigan goes down.
Oh.
There's Jimmy delivering. Exposed but not out. As MOUZ finally put a round on the board. Their map pick. And it starts with a bang, round 5.
Yeah, Torgy erupting right there, finding a lot of impact. That setup, very potent. The time that Moto smoke comes in, they all channel through short. The flash is good to push Torgy off the line. Gets this first. Now they're not considering graveyard. Jimmy gets to activate, and Torgy puts the cherry on top.
Beautiful.
Bang. 4-1, back in play, and financial trouble now for FaZe. This time, they lose the opening player, but they find the round. FaZe should have been set up for their 5th there against that very light investment behind the saved AWP, but MOUZ.
That's signs of life. You're on the ropes. You lost the first map.
You get consecutive, you break the money.
Just do it again. Eyes on exertion. Yet to see his name in the kill feed in our second map of play, and he is a crucial piece of this MOUZ puzzle.
He's going to be frustrated. That's a team molly there.
Yeah, that's going to limit him. He had an opportunity, and now Block Smoke's been forced.
Yeah, trying to play ahead of the timings. But at least they've applied a lot of pressure. So siphoning out the CT utility is going to make this ending a whole lot easier. It's going to come down to the gamble for FaZe. Twist is only operating with a pistol. He's that rotation point. So feeling that he can get done with a little bit lighter. Carrigan, as a B player, needs a rifle to defend the honor as the nade echoes in. Now pressure towards brackets. Brokey on the line.
Forced away. This is what Cyclone talks about. He wants the entire map to feel like it's occupied by MOUZ. You're uncertain as to where the body of the assault, where that bomb is going.
Okay, so spam through the smoke. Block Smoke's just gone down. Not yet halfway gone as the execute being lined up. There's no mollies for the side here. So Frozen and Carrigan will not be displaced by flames. Twist has a flash as well to assist. Here they come.
Here comes the commitment. Frozen's tucked in, happy on that second box. Carrigan draws blood. Another
easy.
body drop. Surgeon's gone. It's way too easy. MOUZ just made it to my speed before our very eyes, running into that B site.
Yeah, FaZe are asking questions, but they're the gamble stack in the right place. And as mentioned, the util not there to make that execute potent. You're hoping that the smokes and flashes are enough, that they're playing behind this, but both rifles playing in the site. This is a great call. When you're playing 2 rifles side-side, you're able to lock it down like this, and then Twist gets to chip in. Worst case, one site, one CT, you're playing through, and they're ready for it. Carrigan lets out a roar, 5-1, back in the mud. And you hate to see that from MOUZ. This is getting away from him damn quick.
Just feels like they can't catch their grip, catch their breath. Everything you're trying, FaZe a step ahead of you. They just need something to go their way. You thought that 5th round, their first T round, could have been the start of something. Jacob's dead, that's a stop. Long range from Spinks.
Coming through.
Thinking about it, accelerating. They want to run in, they want to punish. Brolin's been caught by that Brokey AWP. Dipping back into the site, staying active. The Des discussed how active he's been playing, and Brokey is not playing scared, surrounded by pistols but searching. Valuable intel. Reconnaissance. But there could be more, there could be bloodshed. Torgy just on the other side. Twist, oh, he flicks in! They've lost the bomb, and likely the round. Slipping through their fingers once more.
Jimmy's going to pick that up. Should be able to grab it and get away.
Should be. Feels pretty sketchy. There it is, back on the back of Jimmy. Sallow only for a moment, sat down, and a pistol could finish it. Dancing with him here, Spinks hasn't got the ammo. Brokey's got a 3rd, FaZe have got a 6th.
Emergency meeting right now. Second tack timeout called. And this is going to be more shades of map number 1. FaZe delivering the pain round after round, and then MOUZ trying to bring it back. The question is, will it be too late? This is a great statement piece early on Inferno. That we've seen them play a bunch of times so far in their major campaign, running the gauntlet. Sure, Red Canids, Fluxo, NIP, and 3D Max. This time it's MOUZ, and the scoreline is a 5-round gap.
It just looks like the players on MOUZ right now are already visualizing headlines, you know? They're jumping a couple of steps ahead.
This is what I said earlier, right? Surrender the outcome. Trust the training. A year with 13 tournaments. 5 finals, 1 trophy, 7 semi-finals, right? This is a playoff team.
They could be cut short. There was no question that there was additional pressure. Did the FaZe clan chance at the walkout slowly take the wind out of their wings?
If we're thinking it, they have to be. How can we not be the hometown heroes here? How can we not have the crowd on our side? That's gotten in my head.
Is he fighting off that flash? You'll have a look. Oh, he is ready.
4-0 in openings. Frozen is on fire.
Yeah, he is stunning, isn't he? Cold as ice, Mr. Cernansky, and Exertion has been put on ice.
Yep, 0-8 right now. This is the highest rated player from MOUZ in the group stage. He is under the spotlight in the big games for someone who goes missing. And it's happening again in the worst possible moment. Your year comes to a close at the end of this.
Exertion AWOL. Lovely nade, swallowed by Brollan, who's also suffering a similar fate.
These are your 2 banana space takers, who are both about to be 0-8 unless Brollan can change that dialogue.
What?
And no, he can't.
He can't catch a break through the smoke. Twist strike, Spinks on the lurk. They get the info safely. There's the catch.
Just
nice
Jacob here. Just Jacob here.
They can have the A site. They just have to get past Jacob. The new addition got too much to handle. Nice one onto the first. Denied by Torji. Bomb to be planted. It's a 1-on-3 for the hometown. What's he got? Chasing down. Gets the first. Dancing around with Twist. He nearly finished him off. Oh, it was there. There for the taking. Frozen was disconnected. One more bullet. He had the 1v1.
Got scrappy there in the end, didn't it? They're just running at him right now, running with this momentum as 7-1 the scoreline now reads. 7-1 the opening kill disparity.
What a nade. That's outrageous, that one.
Stole that one from Furier, I think.
Twist just gets it across the line. A chance for Torji to clutch, and Clutch has nearly made the difference, map 1.
I think the problem right now that MOUZ have is they brought back map 1. I don't think FaZe are in a position where they're going to allow that to happen again. Sorry, boys, we were 9-3 up. First half, T-side nuke, and we almost let it slip away. We're feeling locked in, but let's lock them out. This time's looking like a hustle up mid. Something more direct. This is one way to get your players into the piece, not the default. Explode.
Brokey flashed off, fires off a shot.
Tagged in.
Limping, finished off by Twist. Spinks an immediate trade, not ready for Brokey. He's everywhere right now. Ready to fight, motivated. Just begging for more fights. Now gonna shot, he can overrun. Doesn't need the scope, he doesn't need any help. Brokey defends his site valiantly. Forces us into the clutch. A chance for Exertion. A real opportunity. 7-5 available if he can just clutch up here. But he is up against the cool head of Frozen. Locked in, clearing through. Subverts the expectation, he's slipping the gap. Exertion, he's not looking the right way. Oh! A quick flick, he's back in the server.
First 3 kills, and that's going to get the second round for MOUZ. They need this kid alive. He needs to find that fight. And that one right there could be a statement piece.
If anything, that says I'm not giving up. I'm not going down without a fight.
You think right here, Brokey back up to no good. Combat AWPing, but Exertion stays precise. Frozen felt like he had his number.
I thought I booked him with the angle. What a flick,
That's
quick
a
reaction.
Okay.
Oh, maybe there is a half to be had here after all. Brokey wants to see to it that it's not. Still on these Aggie lines, doesn't overstay, throws out the block smoke. Silent pathing, 2 towards the apartments, Brollan to set them up for something quick.
So they've changed this shift from, all right, we're getting owned in banana, we're giving away openings. It's a leaky ship. Let's turn towards A and pressure Jacob, pressure Brokey.
Okay, yeah, this is way quicker than they're probably expecting. Immediately applying that pressure. Now Exertion puffs up his chest on Banana.
They've just changed the flow chart. All right, if we want to go banana control first, it's not working. Let's take the A space, then we'll go back for banana control. We can still get both, but this way we can try not to give away the openings, which is still a problem. Second wave.
Retake. They want the space. Frozen gets flashed in and they confirm it's theirs.
I think Exertion just dinked Brolin.
That's awkward.
So stalled out, you can see the back and forth of these nades. FaZe get this control, Frozen hovers around, Carrigan rotates over, so Twist and Frozen on B. They're waiting in the shroud of middle right now. They're hoping the reaction of mid control taken back for info. That's not the case. The A finish comes in, Carrigan, Brokey, and Jacob have to do it all. The rotation is miles away.
Ooh. That's a bit weird. That's a failed smoke. We can't be missing smokes. Carrigan licking his lips as he profits. Third body on the site. Brokey's all primed and ready. They've got to make their move. They've only got 14 seconds. A quick swing. Nice from Spinks. Torgy as well, but there's another body here. And no one's looking at Jacob. A dink on the FAMAS insufficient for lethality.
Have to plan.
Just in time, the bomb gets planted. Frozen chooses not to reveal his position. He'll play on the fade, and Torgy's now location's been spotted and executed. Oh, he's got them both! Frozen again secures another for FaZe.
Smokes the enemy and MOUZ in that one. Miss thrown over towards long, team damage. Dan Brolin goes down, a gap in that one, and right now,
how many
they are in the
timeouts?
hurt locker.
How many timeouts you got left? I feel like, yeah, you are going to need one there. Makes sense.
This is quick. Feels like it's going past a rapid pace. It's Frozen and Twist. 12 kills apiece. Brokey, he struggled stage 1, stage 2, came alive alongside of Jacob in stage 3. It's those three, double digits right now. That is all 3 tactical timeouts of Cycron. The coach of MOUZ used in the first half. He's saying to the boys right now, if we can't turn this around, if we can't pull this together, if we can't salvage 3 to 4 rounds, this is done. Another event we come in, another event we make playoffs, another event where we shit the bed. It has to change. At what point does it change? They've mastered the art of consistency without contention, and you can't be going down to FaZe.
I remind you, less than half a second and stage 1 exit for FaZe. Now they find themselves looking to throw a heavy blow in the quarterfinals of a major. MOUZ left wanting. 2 rounds, all they have to their name.
That stat line is blown open in opening kills. Only 1 for MOUZ. In 10 rounds played, Exertion 0 and 3, Brolin 0 and 5. They are being dictated to. They're meant to be the tone setters on the T side.
Oh, good flashback, 3 blind mice, and only 1 kill for Frozen.
Spinks hangs around, quick pivot out of Brolin and Torgy, gonna head into Jimmy's turf. Apps is blocked, Brokey on the long side. They're gonna test Jacob again.
Okay, I mean, they think they found a weakness, but so far, so good for Jacob and co. Very disconnected from one another, though. Brokey trying to maneuver closer. Yeah, he is going to try and apply pressure on the short side. Jacob vulnerable. That's another from Brokey. He really is locked in. Another quick scope. This is his site, and you have no access. Spinks advancing. He's ready for the fight on the USP. Chips away with 1 bullet, and the backup arrives. The cavalry canters over, and a 9th now on the board.
This type of Brokey right now, he's rectifying the Savage, the king of chaos. Thriving in these moments. They're coming his way. He's charging right at him.
Unbelievable. He's showing no fear.
And this is the Brokey that everybody knows and loves. Last major, put on the bench.
Bang.
We'll take simple, thank you very much. We'll some time off, recalibrates, comes back in. Nothing impressive, but right now, who are MOUZ? FaZe are sticking it to him right here, right now. This run looking to continue. Stage 1 momentum. A boot camp at a major.
Wait, he's committed here. He is committed here. Frozen stands his ground. Gets himself a double. Again, Exertion with empty hands. Brolin the same. No pressure. But all the results. MOUZ are crumbling. Carrigan's there. Still, despite the flashbang, hits Jimmy down half. Support from Twist on the smoke break. Doesn't catch them. Spinks is across. Should have a bomb plant. Got to end their round with a taste of victory. It's been long time between drinks.
Taking their time on the rotation. Jacob's going to come up banana. Brokey now joining over towards CT spawn. Carrigan low on HP.
This is their round. MOUZ must convert this one. Cannot be double digits.
Jacob's so late on this, so slow.
Taking his sweet time. Another flash, looking the wrong way, gets booked. Good trade, but now Jimmy's position is noted, and he's so late that Jimmy's not ready. All to play for. Torji just to give him something. It's denied by Twists. MOUZ are needing a hero, and there's no one to step up. FaZe Clan back on that bullshit. Call it magic, call it what you will. They are 3 rounds away from knocking out MOUZ. FaZe Clan rising to the occasion. They're hitting that playoff flow state. And MOUZ succumbing to the pressure. It was close. Every round required map 1. That was FaZe's pick.
Listen, I said in the beginning of the map, it's not the last map, okay? I still believe it. Let's fucking fight for it, okay?
Opening kills say otherwise. 11-1 in the first half. Frozen 6-0 in that department. Exertion and Brolin both 0 and 5. They are hemorrhaging opening depths. There is no way back into this.
You can understand the hunger.
Well, starting A for this defense. They're in the right place right now. If you can't win this one, you're not winning anything.
A pistol round, just to give you a chance.
They can spill in the pit.
And they will. Torchi's going to have to pivot around. Does get spotted out. There's a kill from Frozen. Another opening kill. Oh, he's just doing it on his own. Solo mode. Jumps out the apartments and MOUZ collapse. That has got to be it. Stick a fork in this one. It is done.
The MVM Dome was meant to be your home. Well, right now, FaZe have moved in. Pack your bags, boys. The fan favorites.
The bookies' favorites. Everyone's favorites. Collapsing in real time. FaZe Clan, they've gotten better every step of the way in this major, but the opposition have not stood up and put up a fight. 13-11.
They're even hunting him on the pistol round. That's how dire this is. You are being hunted on the pistol round.
Oh, you wanted Kevlar? Not today, says Brokey. Not today, says FaZe Clan.
You force play out the game. That's your only option. You had a timeout. Sakrin can't sit there. He can't grab you on the shoulders. He can't say, boys, it's going to be okay, because guess what? It's not. Frozen is on an absolute heater. The shots that he is hitting, the conviction behind his fights.
Yeah, he is the real deal, isn't he? 17-5 right now is Frozen. Playoff form, he is ascending. Force buy out the game for your major life. He tastes a bit of shrapnel from the AG.
You win this, does it even ignite hope?
You would have to.
Just to elongate the pain. Exertion on his own. Needs an opening kill, needs something.
So much pressure for one man to bear as potentially a whole squad readying themselves on banana. Looks like the call could be correct. Your defensive resources well allocated. Spinks ahead of this, good angle. Oh, but a better result for Twist. There's an info on 3. Way too much for Jacob to handle, doesn't go swinging willy-nilly. Twist, however, accelerating to cut off that rotation. The bomb's pivoting.
They still need to get past Exertion here. If he gets a double on that site, Frozen Brokey go down. So will the round, 30 seconds.
Amplifies the pressure.
They've just re-smoked. They have to go through this on B or back to A. Have to make a decision, and he's up close and personal.
Oh,
this is good for Exertion.
He could definitely make the play.
20 seconds.
He can definitely make the play. All he needs to just hold them at bay. Hiding out in the smoke. Ears pressed to the wall. Hoping he hears him, hoping he tracks him, hoping he goes over. Look, there it is. Where's the bomb? Brokey. Tasked with the plant. Gets it down. Huge flash. No push. 2-man advantage. Jumping up. Use your numbers. Strength in number! Brokey equalizes! A double spray! And with it, perhaps MOUZ's hopes of igniting just a little bit of something. Jacob ready, Brokey as well. Will uncrouch on the contact, here's them coming. There's one from Brokey, it's Brokey and Jacob pulling across the line. Smiles on their faces as they rip them off of MOUZ.
How's he gotten away with that? The two lowest performers in the lead up from stage 1, stage 2, they just make a statement. Everyone from FaZe delivering here under the Friday night lights.
And take a look at that scoreboard. There's only one member of MOUZ that's fighting. Only one member of MOUZ that is putting up a fight.
And it's the man who wants it more than anyone else, Torji. His heart is about to be broken.
It's not often you get a major on home soil for every Counter-Strike player. He's doing everything he can. But that impending doom, that feeling in your stomach, underneath your MOUZ jersey, in knots. As the crowd in Budapest are chanting to send you home. Is it that cut and dry?
Still executing behind this. Uses the staging area. Set this up. You got everything you need. Molly, smokes, flashes, HE to break. Exertion even cheats away. Brolin against the world.
What's he got? Flash indicates commitment. Miss flash from FaZe Clan. Kept at bay. Not disrespecting the smoke. Do you second guess it? Swings on out. Now another wave. Puts bullets down range. How has Brokey found another opening? Exertion's been pulled across. Taken down. Brolin's running light on ammo. He needs to reload. Tucks in, support has arrived. Don't worry, Torji's here. Misses his shot, not anymore, he's not. Oh, and MOUZ's Maker's going down the Swanee.
They've just ripped the heart out of Torji, out of MOUZ. Spinks in a 1v5. We're not here to find who's had the better season. How many playoffs, how many top 4? We're here to find who's the better Counter-Strike team. And right here, right now, FaZe Clan have broken the hearts of MOUZ.
Underestimated at every turn. Individual shining bright, Twist looking damn good.